This topic, you will learn how to enter purchase credit memos. Now, using the purchase invoices function, you're able to record credit memos coming from the suppliers. You can create, view, modify, and validate to generate financial transactions. To create purchase credit memos, you first define your invoices categories and types for credit memos. Now, there are two invoice categories that you use to define your invoice types for credit memos, including the credit memo category for credit memo returns type, which is related to product returns, and the credit memo type, which may or may not be related to products. There's also the credit note category, which are credit invoices to cancel an invoice total or partially in case of errors in the price or the quantity. Now, when entering a purchase credit memo, you can have the following statuses. They're suspended, which means the credit memo is not complete and cannot be confirmed. To validate, all values between the supplier document are checked, which means the credit memo can be posted. And finally, validated. The credit memo can no longer be modified and is already posted and in the general ledger. Let's take a look at entering a purchase credit memo. Now, you created a purchase invoice in the system and posted it, but the amount on it was incorrect. Now you need to apply a credit to that invoice. To do this, we go to Purchasing, and then we go to the Invoice block and the Invoices function. We select the Entry transaction or the Data Entry screen. On the left list, you'll see all invoices that are posted or not, and credit memos as well. Now, to generate a new purchase credit memo, you click New, and then we enter the site, and then the invoice type, which is important. And this is where you select the category that you need. The credit memo return is for return product. This is not a return product. We're going to basically make a correction. So we would select the category credit memo, as mentioned earlier. The entry number is a document number which is created on creation. Accounting date is the date it will post to the general ledger. Next, we enter the supplier of the transaction. Now, the supplier invoice date is there, and then we enter the document number. Now, because this is a credit, this is a document number or the original invoice from the supplier himself. So, in the source section, we enter the original invoice that we posted under original invoice. If I tab through, I'll be asked, do I want to use credit memo, or is it a credit memo without an invoice? And I would like to use a credit memo with an invoice. So I make a selection here, and I select the invoice that I entered in the system that posted. There's a payment information not relevant here. And then the next thing we do is go to the line. And in our line details, we select the source, which is invoice. And then we show the invoice number. When you tab through, you can get the line information. Here we select the line, or the products associated with the line that we're going to adjust. The quantity is correct, but the amount is incorrect. Right now it says 3.07. It should have been $2.50 per product. Next, we go back to the Management tab, and then we enter the total. Now, as long as the total is correct, we will be able to validate. And you can tell that by to validate here. The Controls tab is if we want to enter any other details, but this is a credit to a already created invoice. Our next step is to create. On creation, the document number is generated. And then the next step after that is to be able to post. Now, the status of our credit should say to validate. We confirm that, and now we're able to post. And as you can see here, it gives a warning that if it's posted, you can no longer modify or delete. We click OK. It generates a log for us, showing that it's been created and posted. And now you can no longer post. You do have other options here. You can look at the invoicing inquiry under options, journal traceability. You can also view the document that hit the general ledger under accounting document, as you can see here. If there were more than one credit that you had to post, and you wanted to post as a group, you can use the invoice validation to do so. And now you know how to enter a purchase credit memo and all the options that are available to you and all the different types of credit memos that you can enter.